In today's video, I'm going to show you an awesome place to get random loot from, and it may not be obvious to a lot of people, but this is a secret that's going to come out. Okay, if you've been trying to get random loot from the Rahotep camp in North Row, and you've kind of been out of your luck because there's 4 or 5 groups sitting around there inside the camp jumping on Rahotep as soon as he spawns, then this place is for you. Really, this is really a good spot. Okay, let's first talk about where we're at. I'm going to show you this spreadsheet later. We're in the common lands right now. And it's just like the Hotep camp where it's very close to the common lands tunnel and it's close to the soul binder. So it's very easy to get to, not a problem. The map you are seeing is not available on the TLP server or on any other TLP server. It's here just to show what's going on and for the purpose of making the video. Okay, with that said, the place we're going to is Befallen. You come out of the tunnel, stay against the wall. It's 100% safe and you're going to get here. Now I'm going to show you what we're looking for right now. But first, let me go inside the dungeon and show you how to get there. Now, when the TLP server is new, there will be many pick zones of this. You can type /pick and get a different pick zone and switch to a different one. If you switch to a different pick zone, you will end up at the beginning of the zone, which is right here. Okay, if your pick zone goes down, you will end up wherever you were before. That's important, so remember that as we go forward. Okay, so the way to show this here is to set the height filter like so and start right here. We're going to go straight and we're going to take a right at the second door and go drop down. These are all low-level mobs right here that you have no problem with. And by the way, if you'd like to see streaming action of this live, make sure to check out my live stream channel. It's the same name as this channel with live stream at the end. Just search it and you'll find it. Probably coming up on your suggested list. When you get down here, just kill these guys. Don't even bother invisiting past them. You need to clear this room here. Skeleton Elrod is not aggressive, so you don't have to worry about him, but clear this room here. If you can clear this room, then you can go down there. If you can't clear the room, probably not a good idea to go down there. When you drop down, it's going to be a totally different situation. You're going to drop down into this area right there, which is a green area. There's going to be some undeads down there. Let's go like this. And there's usually 2 undeads, like some ghouls and stuff like that. So I recommend Inviso Undead. First, you want to Inviso your tank, Inviso Undead the tank, then the healer or crowd control. And then after those 2 get down there and get established, you can drop everybody down. Let's do it. And by the way, this way you don't need any keys, which is really great. So let's go down there. You're going to drop down. And when you drop down, casually walk out of here. Don't go the other way and get stuck. Notice we have 2 right here, Icebone and a Greater Skeleton. So when the Inviso Undead group comes down to the tank and the healer and or crowd control, set up in this side here. Do not set up there because there's another one you can see right there. He will aggro. Depending on your aggro, it's going to be a problem. Recommended level for coming down here is if you can get a group of 14s or so, 14, 15, you can handle this area, no problem. If you have fewer, let's say like 4 in your group or 5, you should increase the level by 1 each time. For example, if you have 4 in your group, maybe you come down here at like 15-ish or so. That's if you want to get this area. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to kill this guy, and then you're going to kill this one here, get him out of the way. And that's going to be your first kill right there. Make sure everybody's okay after that fight. Depending on your level, you may or may not have taken damage. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to pull Icebone back into the room. We're going to kill him right there. And then you're going to get a little tricky as you get out here. But see this room right here? There's 2 there. If you hug the wall and you're real careful, you can turn around and look around the corner like I am. There's usually a live, like a necro here. And let's see what his level is. His level is 18. You may have a character that can pacify him. Right around here, you may have another live one. If you have 2 live ones, here's what you're going to do. Instead of Invisible Undead, you're going to cast regular invisibility. You're going to go in and you're going to get into this room right here. And you're going to fight here. You're going to pull him, fight these 2 and kill them any way you can. Make sure that if they start running, you snare them. And if you've got some good DPS, burn them down because they can aggro the other group But from here, if you fight in here, you're going to be okay. So next thing you want to do is after you do this, med up, the spawn timer is 7 minutes right here. So let's go ahead and wipe them out. Okay, this one drops Gossamer Robe. Okay, this one here, we're going to fix his wagon. Okay, and then see he drops, but this is of course test server. You're going to get that. Okay, so now let's show you what you do. After you clear that room, you're going to look at this room, and lo and behold, guess what? We have the priest. He's a, look at this. He's a rare. Thaumaturgus is a rare. You get 2 of them spawning in the same room, and then this can be whatever. Now, this would be difficult to break at your level because this is 18, and this is going to be like a 16. He can be higher or lower, give or take a level. This can be very, very trying and difficult because they're both live and they will run when they get low on health. So it's very, very hard to do. But I've just set the room up this way so you can see where they spawn. Most likely when you get down here, you're going to have like a ghoul or an ice bone or whatever. Just come in here and blow the room away. If you have one of these guys, like this guy here, take down the highest level one first. Start with back here, and then if you creep out here, you can kind of target him and you can see what level he is, and then you can do like this, and then you can see this is a little risky. He will see you, but you can cast Inviso and get in here and kill these guys. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, let's go check out the loot list and I'll show you why. Okay, so now we're at the loot list, and this is bucket number 2 of the loot list right here. So this is bucket number 3, excuse me. So at number 3, we're talking about the priest right here, and then we're going to be talking about the thaumaturgus. So notice there's 2 named in here. You can get all this loot right in here, all of it. Look at that. You can get Nagina loot and all that. Look at Nagina. There's only 1 spawn here. This is really a good place to get. You can get all this Toxula stuff. This place is difficult. And look at some of these are just single spawns. So this is one place you get 2 named in one single spot. The priests and all, and they do spawn quite often. You don't even have to move or anything like that. So for bucket number 3, this is definitely the place to be. Look at, you're going to get every single thing in here. And you can just stay in this room and get experience, and you can get loot at the same time. Some of the stuff is kind of interesting to get. Dagger of Marnik is good to get because it's got some intelligence on it. You've got some of these things you probably have never ever seen before. Some of these rares never ever seen before. You're going to get that. But best of all, look at this. Cloak of Shadows and Large Soiled Bag. This is a weight reducing bag, which is very, very nice to get. And instead of just grinding it out at Rahotep's camp, you get it here. Okay, back to this. Okay, so we're back to that. So basically that's it, guys. Now, one note is when you first break this room, kill them in a certain order and try to spread them out a little bit. If you have an enchanter, you can mesmerize them. If they're too high for you, well, you just have to kill them. And then what I would do is after you kill them, you want to stay in this room. And the reason why you want to stay in this room here is because you will have to med up. This will be quite a stretch here. Kill all these guys here, stay in the room, med up, and then start reversing what you're doing. Okay, like get this room, the 2 here, and come out here, get the ice bone over here, and the other stuff that spawned back here. And then if you have time, you can start pulling these 2 here. Now, one thing I want to point out that a lot of people aren't aware of, kill this one here, is if you come down here, if you notice, we got 2 will-o-wisps. This is actually bad. People think, oh, will-o-wisps, no problem. Well, first of all, you need magical weapons to hit these guys, or you have to be able to hit them with your magic spells. So that could be an issue. But the biggest issue is this, and a lot of you don't know this. These guys have really fast run speed, and when they run, they really run. And where they're going to go, I'm going to show you. They're going to go right here, and then they're going to go here, and then they're going to go through the fake wall. They're going to run all the way wherever they can, and they're going to pull the biggest train you've ever seen, and it's all going to come back and kill everybody. So in my opinion, if you have a room that has will-o-wisps in it and you don't really need to do anything to it, please just leave them there. I mean, the troll Shadow Knight does spawn here. He drops a bone bladed claymore, but it's not that great a weapon. But if you don't really need that weapon, just skip it all together because it's it's a pain, really a big pain to have to deal with that. So what I like to do is run this room after you got enough mana, start expanding out to here, then over to here, and then work your way all the way back. This is totally safe. If you run this at that low level, you're going to be fine. You can even get these because these guys won't run, but getting into here is a problem. You also have to keep in mind sometimes it could be a necromancer or something, and they will run. So keep in mind all of that. And the lower level you are, the higher your aggro is. So here it is. It hasn't spawned. Then what you can do is if you've done that pull, you can get the person to wait here. As soon as it spawns, start pulling it back. You will get single pulls, and keep working the way all the way back to these guys here. Okay, so you can see, let me just kill them so you can, I will not kill them. You can kill them. I just kind of neat to see them both there. All right, guys, good luck and hope you get the big loot pinata here.